doing today? Hope everybody's having a really super awesome day today. Hope it's been fantastic, spectacular, the best day ever. Welcome to this channel where we're always glowy and sometimes a little hoey. Hey! If you're new to my channel, my name is Gabe and this is Gabe Loves Makeup, and we are so glad to have you here. And when I say we, I mean you as in me, as in you, because this is your channel as much as it is my channel, and we're so glad that you're here. So, we welcome you here with open arms, so pull up a chair, grab a little snack, a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, a cup of cola, a little cola or a little sweet tea, whatever it may be, because today we got a lot of makeup to go through. So I'm not even gonna go through it right now. I'm not gonna go through each product. You guys just have to wait till the next review because it's a lot to go through. If you've seen the thumbnail, there's a lot going on in it. We got Pat McGrath, we have a lot of Jaclyn Hill, the legacy with her mom. We have some of that. There's quite a bit of different stuff in here. So anyway, if you're interested in any of the Jaclyn legacy products or any of the Pat McGrath Belle the Ball collection, then please stick around and let's find out together. So of course, obviously we have brows on. I did a little bit of the Gwen Stefani, the Give brow pencil, and we've done a little bit of dark Star Mascara by Pat McGrath. We've done a little bit of that Miss McGrath on our lashes, and I have some foundation concealer on already. So we have that, but we've not powdered yet because we have a new powder from Jaclyn to try out a little bit later. But anyway, yeah, we've got powders, we've got lip liners, we've got lipsticks, we've got eyeliners, we've got an eyeshadow palette, we have setting spray, we have the blushes, which I've already used in the Pat McGrath, but we're going to use them again today. We're going to use those again today. I have the new Infallible Loreal bronzer that everybody's been talking about. That's got 8 shades in it. That's kind of they're kind of like, oh my god, really? But I can only find it in one place, but I did find one. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to go through, but a lot of it is a little bit more. We've got a little bit more of the Jaclyn, but I do have the eyeshadow palette from Pat. We're going to try it, and then of course I said the blushes, and then the Jaclyn spray. We got a lot. There's a lot of stuff to go through. So anyway, so let's get started. So I've already got all that on. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with, usually I don't do lips first, but I think I want to do lips first. But before I do lips, I do want to do a little bit of this eyeshadow base by Jaclyn. So she came out with a, it's called the First Base Eyeshadow Primer. It's not, I didn't do very much research on this, guys. It just says it's a smoothing eyeshadow primer that extends the wear of your timeless eye looks. She kind of, I did watch her video about with her and her mom, and her mom designed a lot of these products, a little bit for more of us mature people, a little bit more mature. So, because her mom, of course, is, she's like a little mature. So anyway, so this is what the packaging looks like. It looks just like this. It's got a little twistable on the end. So it's really cute. It's very sleek. It's very nice. It has a 0.34 full ounce. I think I forgot how much this is. I want to say it's like 18 or something like that. It's around about 18, 20 some dollar. This is what the doe fit kind of looks like. So it's kind of interesting. So basically it goes on like this, and then you kind of put it in. It goes into the skin really good. There's not really a lot of tone to it, but it leaves a little bit of a silky kind of feel to it. So anyway, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some on the lid so we could go ahead and let it be setting while we're doing lips, because I'm going to do lips first today, I think, and then we're going to do cheeks and all that good stuff with the bronzer. I'm going to do that, and then we'll come back and we'll do the eyes, because we're going to do a really simple look with Pat McGrath with the, the Bridgerton look. It won't be like my first one. If you guys want to, I will put that up here. If you want to go back and see my Bridgerton, I did all out with that one. We dressed up. We did the whole thing. We're doing that this time. But we are going to do fun because this palette is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've not got to use it yet. This is the first time I've got to use it, so we're going to be using it together. But I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. But so far, this is going on really nice. I'm not usually a big eyeshadow primer. I do have them, and there's quite a few of them that I do have. I will say that I normally prefer usually one that's just has a little tint to it to help to smooth out my eye, but this isn't doing a bad job. It feels very silky. It's going on, it feels a little slippery again. It's got a little bit of that silicone kind of feel to it. And it feels like it's finally, this is drying down to, it's got a little bit of a tap, but not much, but it's got a little bit. But yeah, so far so good. I'm liking the eyelid primer. It's really drying down. When you first put it on, it feels a little bit more moisturizing. So it's not like it doesn't have like a matte feel or anything. It feels very hydrating actually on the lid. I really, really like it. It feels nice. So yeah, I'm gonna let that dry. We're gonna let that dry and we're gonna go on to something else. I have two lipsticks actually. Actually, let's go through the lip liner. I'm just jumping. I'm all over the place. I'm going to be all over the place in this video, guys, so just forgive me. So, because this is like my fourth video doing today. So, I mean, I'm doing quite a bit of them. Hope you like my little, I thought I'd do a little sweater vest type thing over a black shirt. You know, just something, a little something, something. Hey, just a little something different. I don't know. I just wanted to be a little different today. So, anyway, I might end up taking it off later because it's really warm with this. So, you may be seeing me with the black t-shirt just that soon because it's getting a little warm with this. But, so we got two Jaclyn lip liners. I do not have Jaclyn lip liners. I have tried the POUTSPOKEN lipsticks. The liquid matte lipstick, and I do love them, and there is one in this collection that I did get, but I did get two lip liners this time because I did get a discount because on the day that we ordered there was a 10% discount, so I did get one of those. So it was nice. So I went ahead and picked up some lip liners because I didn't have any, and I heard that her lip liners were some of the best on the market. So this is the shade Macaroon, and then I also have from the Legacy, we have the shade Love. So, I'm going to pull these out of the box. So this is, of course, what the packaging looks like. It's got like, you know, they're both, they're very, very sleek. So this one is the shade Macaroon. So that's what Macaroon looks like. It's very pretty. It's very, very soft, subtle. She had this one. This one's the newer one. This is the Love. So this is a little bit more of the Love color. And really pretty, a very nice neutral pink, which is what I wanted. I wanted something a little bit more less brown. I always seem to have those. The Love is the one I think we're gonna use because we have, I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath lipstick today, but I am gonna show you guys what the liquid lipstick looks like in her collection. So this is the shade Sweetheart. Of course, it looks just like the typical Jaclyn packaging with the lip. And then this is what the box looks like. It looks like the part of the Legacy collection. So this is the shade Sweetheart. Ooh, pretty. Very, very pretty. More of a pinky, more of a softer pink. The other ones were either too pale pink to me, or there was one that was more reddish. And I've got reds and stuff. I just didn't want any more reds. So I figured I wanted something more pinky. So I like that. It's a really pretty color. Shade we're going to be using today. This is the Bridgerton 2. I love the packaging. And the packaging adorable. I love it. I think it's so pretty. It's really cute. It's definitely lighter weight than most because I heard it's more of a plastic packaging. It's not her typical a little bit more heavier weighted like her other lipsticks. This is in the shade Nude Romantique. I had to hunt this one down. It was hard to find. I did get this at Sephora. The Bridgerton, all of it came from Sephora. And I mean, we had a little bit of an issue with that, but we're not going to get into it. It's a long story. But anyway, it was like with the delivery and everything, it got messed up. It was a mess. But anyway, this is what the packaging looked like. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. I know you guys have seen this. I know you've seen the palette and stuff. I don't want to go through like a review and be like, it's going to be a review and that kind of sort. It's not really a review. We're just going to be putting this stuff on. I don't really need to review it. I'm going to do some swatches of the palette just so you can see it. But I mean, we're not going to go through it's like a whole, oh, this is this and this is that and this is this. We're just going to have fun with makeup today. That's all. So anyway, so this is what the lipstick looks like. It's a beautiful mauve nude pink. Really gorgeous. Feels very creamy. Feels really beautiful. That is gorgeous. Really beautiful. And I think it would look really good with either one of the lip liners. So I think I'm going to use it with the shade Love, though. I think this one's a little bit more on the peachier side, and I don't want it to change the color. So we're going to do Love with it instead. I'm going to go ahead and try a little bit on. So let's go ahead and put some on. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope everybody had a really good Mother's Day. And I have to let you know what you guys did. Did you share it with your family? What did you do? Where did you go? You know, I myself worked. I had to work at Macy's all weekend because the Lancome is a gift. And so we were working that and trying to keep customers satisfied with that. So all day Mother's Day, and I worked that. And, you know, if you guys are new to my channel, I lost my mother in 2020. So I don't have my mother or my father. I lost my father two months after my mother. So she's not around anymore. So I don't have my mother. I have my aunt, which is my mother's sister, which she's like a mom to me at this moment because I love my aunt. My auntie, she's awesome. You know, and then I have my sister and my niece and stuff like that. But, you know, but as far as my mom goes, I don't have her around anymore. So anyway, so it's just like, you know, not another day for me, but I don't really have anybody to really celebrate it with. But I love hearing everybody else's stories and what they got and celebrated. Ooh, I love this color. This color is really beautiful. It's a really pretty color. I like the lip formula. I like the lip liners too. They're feeling they go creamy, but you can feel that they got a dry down, so you can tell that they're gonna stay. Yeah, so this is what the lip liner looks like. What do you think? It's like, it looks really pretty. It's a really beautiful color. I'm really liking it. I really like that. It looks very nice. It feels good. It feels, it's dried down some, so I'm really enjoying it. So now let's put a little bit of the lipstick on. And again, this is in the Nude Romantique. So I'm really interested in seeing what this color combination will look like. Right, airtight. It feels very creamy. I don't have any of Pat McGrath's lipsticks. I only have, like, I think it's more of it's like a lip balm. It's one of her lip fetish lip balms. And I really do love that one. And it's a pretty pink too. But I always wanted to try her lip formula. And I saw these and I love the packaging. So I thought it would be a great time to try it. Ooh, it's a pretty color. It's a pretty pink together. That's really nice. I like that. This is the Jaclyn and Robin. It's called the Powder Move is what it's called. It's the loose setting powder. Jaclyn said that, you know, on her thing, you know, I've heard everybody else say the same thing, that it's just like the one thing, if it goes viral, will be this powder, because she said this powder was really great. And it's made mainly for mature skin. And, you know, since I'm mature, you know, we are 51, you know, but, you know, hey, but we got to, like, just keep it together. So, I mean, but I thought we would try this because I'm all about trying powders. I mean, normally I don't like them, but if I want stuff to last, even if I do sprays and stuff, I still like a good powder. Believe it or not, if I find a really good one, love the Givenchy, love my Huda Beauty, especially the Cherry Blossom one. That one was really good. I've really been enjoying that new Estee Lauder Double Wear Loose, the one with the glow, the soft glow. I really like it. It's really awesome. There's quite a few powders that I've actually found that work really well for me, being dry and everything. I've really enjoyed it. But there are people that are dry that don't like to set their makeup, and that's fine. But I thought we would try it. So anyway, this is what the packaging looks like. It's got Jaclyn, it's got Robin, and it's got the Jaclyn. It looks like her typical, this is what our normal packaging looks like. It looks like this, and you get, I think it's a 0.34 ounce worth of product. I got this in the shade Fair. I wanted something very translucent. I've already taken the topper off of it already because I used it a little bit earlier just around my brows. But this is what the formula looks like. It's very like fun. It's very fun-like. The color is more of a colorless color. Let me do it on this hand so you can see it a little bit better. But see, it's a very colorless color. I wanted more of a translucent. She has that like in a couple shades. But I wanted something that didn't really change my foundation, or because, you know, I get more and more tan as the summer goes along, and I like something that's just kind of transparent, that doesn't really change anything. And I just wanted something just to set it. So I'm going to take a little bit, let me see here. Let me take a little bit of a really light, fluffy brush. We're going to take a little bit. Here is my, this is the Flower Beauty brush. This is the highlighter brush. I'm going to take a little bit, I'm going to swirl a little bit in my cap here, and we're just going to tap a little bit off. Let me make sure I pat out up underneath my eye area. Make sure that we've got that kind of situated up underneath there. And I'm going to take a little bit and just kind of smooth it underneath the eye area here a little bit, just to set our eye makeup and see how if it brightens a little bit or if it settles. It's supposed to have like a little bit of a glow to it, so it's supposed to kind of look a little bit radiant. You know, I normally like to do it too with the sponge, which I might actually do it on the other side just to see what it looks like if you wanted to bake a little bit more. But that's what it's looking like. It does look a lot brighter. I will give it that. It's definitely not looking dry. It doesn't look dry at all. It looks really, really nice. So I'm kind of liking that. So let's try it with a little bit of a sponge just to see what it does on this side. So let me make sure that we smooth this out, that we have no creases or anything up underneath it. And let's just take it up under here and just see what it looked like. I just thought we would do, you know, because normally I do eyes first. I thought we would do something a little different today, you know, just to shake things up a little bit, to make it look a little bit different. But, yeah, because normally I like to do it the opposite way. But, yeah, this is really pretty. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, I guess this, let's see. I guess maybe, I don't know, I kind of like this almost a little bit, maybe with the brush a little bit more. Let me take a little bit more with the brush on this side, just see if that makes a difference or not. Tap a little bit right there and just put a little bit more there. Right there, and just smooth that out a little bit. There. Ooh, it's pretty. It's got a little bit of a glow. You can tell it's got a little bit of a glow, but it's not too, like, where it looks like too, like, glowy, if that makes any sense. I like that. That's really pretty. Okay. I'll take it back. Let me do it a little bit with my Tati Blendiful, because I usually like to really set with it. This is the bomb. I'm just so sad they don't no longer make these anymore. But I got a couple of them, so I really enjoy them. So, I mean, but it's just such a great product. And it does such a good job. And I wash it all the time, and they last forever. I'm just sorry that she no longer has these, or she can't make these anymore. But, yeah. Oh, it's pretty. I like that. It's setting nicely, but it's not looking dry, which I like that. You can definitely tell that her mother, because I've had some of her other powders. Her my favorite powder that she got is the compact. It's the compact powders. I love that one because it's got like everything in it. It's got like 4 or 5 different colors in it that you can use to brighten and to really set your makeup with and to make it look really pretty. It's like, I really enjoy that one. It's great to, if you want to bake with it too. It's really nice, and it's very smooth, and it's very creamy, and it does brighten a lot. But her other loose powders were, they're very, very, and you know I love me some glow, but they're very more highlighty than anything. And I felt like they were a little bit much. This one I like this one. This one's not as, it's not as highlighty, so it's not showing any texture. It is setting, but it is setting everything down, which I like. So I like it, and it's not really, I don't think it's really changing the color of my foundation a lot with it being a fair shade. Because, you know, typically I probably would have got a medium shade or something, but I just didn't want it to change my makeup too much. I wanted something that I could just use with everything, and if I wanted to use it up underneath, because I didn't want to get like 3 different powders, which I guess you could if you really wanted to do that, but I didn't want to do that. So yeah, it looks really pretty. But yeah, it looks really nice. I like it a lot. What do you guys think? You think you can tell? You can see the glow. There's definitely a glow there. You can definitely see it. If you don't like a glow to it, I mean, because, again, it's got a little, you can see the radiance in it for sure. So if you don't like a glowy kind of powder, this one won't be for you. So if you like a little bit more of that kind of, I'm sorry, got powder all over me. If you want a little bit more of that matte kind of a powder, but you want it to look more like powder, then I definitely wouldn't recommend this one for sure. And we're going to see what the setting spray and stuff looks like for, and we might even need some more of this later. But for now, I think we're good so far. So let's go over to the L'Oreal bronzer. So this is the Infallible Fresh Wear 24-hour bronzer, and this is in the shade Tan. So this is what it looks like. It has a little on the bottom. There is a little mirror underneath it in your compact if you use it, but they doesn't have a brush with it, which typically the Infallible powder, which, you know, if you guys follow me, I love the Infallible powder. It's one of my favorite powders of last year. And so when they decided to do this one, I decided to do this. It feels just identical to the powder makeup. So this is, I got to tell you this. So I will say that if you get a darker shade or so in the powder makeup, you can do probably the same thing you can do with this. So you don't really have to go out and buy this particular in a bronzer unless you just want it to say bronzer on it. You could do the makeup and it would do the same thing. So, because it feels identical. I've been using this already and it is really pretty. It is a very beautiful, buttery product. It melts into the skin. It does a really beautiful job. You can tell a little bit of it goes a long way. You don't need a lot of it. It's very, very pigmented. There's 8 shades in it, and I think it's 8 or 10 shades in it for it to be a L'Oreal or a drugstore bronzer, because most bronzers are only coming out, like even Charlotte Tilbury's came out with a cream bronzer, and she's only got 4 shades in it. I think it's the light, medium, tan, and a deep. That's it. So that's 8 shades in a bronzer. That's really good. Like, we're going from light all the way to really dark. So, but this is what it looks like. So that's what the tan kind of looks like on its own. So you can kind of see it, but it feels really good. So, and I think it's around the $15 mark. They do carry this at Ulta. It's supposed to be up on Amazon, but I don't think it's going to be on there till after the 16th or 17th. And it's the same price as it is on Ulta. Ulta's only doing it online so far. Eventually, the stores will get it. It's just a hot new product. They just haven't put it in the store yet. A Refer brush, and this is in the 05 brush. And I'm going to tap a little bit in and tap a little off. And we're just going to go in here, and I'm going to add a little warmth to the skin, just to add a little bit up in here, and my pink hair. And we've got a little bit of the pink. See, so it's got, look, it's really beautiful. See how pigmented it is? It's very pigmented. I'll probably have to go in and kind of blend it in a little bit more. Typically, I want a little warmth today, so I'm gonna go a little more ham with it. But yeah, it's really pretty. And I've done a couple of videos, and I've been bronzeless without it in the video. But I'm looking forward to really experiencing this with you guys, because I want you guys to see it. It wears well all day. It says 24 hour. I mean, I don't know anybody that wears a bronzer 24 hours, but it does stay true. It does look really beautiful all day. It keeps your skin looking really satin. If you guys have not tried the Infallible powders, and especially if you're dry and you like, you want to try powder makeup, it's a really beautiful powder makeup too. It's really pretty. But that's just me. I've heard different people say different things about it. I love it. So I'm loving this too. So it was a win-win for me, because I already knew that I was going to love it. Okay, so now what do you guys think? I mean, it looks really good now, because we haven't done blush or anything on the eyes yet, though, really. But yeah, how pretty that is. I just love it. And you know what, guys? If you're new to my channel, I'm a ham when it comes to stuff. If I feel like I want bronzer everywhere, I put it everywhere. If I want it just in a certain area, I put it everywhere. I mean, or in that area. It's just on me personally. I just really don't have a rule of thumb on how I do stuff. Sometimes I just like to do it. So if I like it, I just put it everywhere. I gotta tell you, this primer so far is really nice. It just feels nice. Like, it doesn't feel tacky or anything. It feels really, it's got a little itty bitty little tack to it, but it's not bad though. But I'm digging that. So now let's pull back out the Bridgerton. Let's pull out this a little bit more. So we did, on the last one, we used a little bit more of this. I did a little bit of this, but we did more of this color. So I think I'm gonna focus more on the peachy color this time, because I don't know. I just kind of want something a little bit more peachy. So let me just take a little bit of the peach. I'm gonna go in here. Now these are very pigmented. So if you guys have not tried these, they are very pigmented, so you don't need very much of them. But I'm just going to take a little bit here and swirl, because we're going to give a little bit more punch on the cheek, and a little bit up here. And I've been taking it up a little bit closer to the eye lately. And then, then of course, after we get done, we'll really be able to blend it all out and see it all together once we get the eyes done. But that looks really pretty. Really beautiful. I just love this blush. This blush is, again, I'm going to say it again like I did in that previous video. I can't wait for her to actually come out with these in a more, because the only thing I don't like about this is the highlight is okay. And the packaging, to me, I get it. I understand what she was doing. Again, if she was going to do this, I felt like if she would have made it, she could have made it a really collector's item if she would have made this a little heavier and made it more actual, like, glass, and they would have done it. Of course, it would have been a lot more expensive. It would have been like probably $200, but it would have made it more of a collector's item, and you could have put the blushes in there. I thought that would have been really nice, or something like that, that kind of idea. So that way you could really set it on your vanity heavy. You just won't be able to travel with it, but you're not going to really be able to travel, because if this drops, they will break. I mean, I'm going to tell you, because it's really super cheap. It's very, very lightweight. But I get it. It is very bulky. It's hard to put it in a place, on your vanity or anywhere, because it is a little more, It's more chunky, but the formula is beautiful. The formula is really beautiful. I'm getting ready to we're gonna do this highlight, but this highlight is not her best formula. She got much better formulas, I feel personally. You know, that I definitely feel that are a lot better than this particular formula. But I'm going to go back in with this Flower Beauty. But we're going to go in a little bit with it because it's a highlighting brush. And we're going to take a little bit right through here and a little bit down on the apple because I like a little, you know, we glowy and hoey here on this channel. Hey, if you don't like glowy, and I mean, you don't, and you know, and you guys, when I say hoey, I mean, I really haven't been a hoe. And I've just been working a lot or whatever. It's just a saying, you know, Scott Barnes says it. And, you know, by the way, I do give him credit for, I put it down in my description box. I put his name down in it. So he does get credit for that. So, I mean, so if you guys follow him or you're like, oh, you know, it's like that. I hear him say that too. It's like, yeah, I just like saying it. It's just to make you guys laugh. That's the main thing. But I mean, I haven't been very hoey lately, so I'm just maybe too TMI. But I've been very, very good. I've not been a bad boy at all. I've been pretty good. You'd be very proud of me. But look how pretty that is. That looks really pretty, just blended in together. It looks really nice. So you know what I think we're gonna do? I think I wanna go ahead and spray my face. Well, before we do eye makeup, I wanna go ahead and spray my face. So we have that in this new Jaclyn. It's the new Jaclyn and Robin Offset Setting Spray. It says to lock in your look with this refreshing setting spray, shake well, mist all over face and eyes. And it's supposed to have like, I think it's got like lavender in it. It's got castor oil in it, seawater, moringa oil, sea extract, which is something we do in Lancome. It's actually in their set it and forget it. I mean, or fix it and forget it. It's in their spray. You know, it's got some alcohol in it. There's some fragrance in it. It's got coconut oil in it. It's got some peppermint oil. It's got some oils in it. That's kind of interesting, you know, for it to be a setting spray with all of that. And it's supposed to be an all-day setting spray because usually they're a little bit more, not matte, but, you know, not all of them, but that kind of a feel. So this is kind of, let's see what the little spray. Okay, that's better. Yeah, it's a very fine mist. Yeah, I can smell the peppermint oil for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and set it a little bit. Because, you know, I drenched myself. My last video, or one of my videos, I think what somebody was saying, oh my God, you love that setting spray, don't you? I said, you were going to town on it. I was like, honey, I said, I go into town to setting spray now. I don't, oh, I like that. That feels good, actually. I really like that. That's nice. This is really blending together with this foundation and everything. And by the way, I'm trying out some new foundations. So this video will be up. It's a CHANTECAILLE foundation. They're the CHANTECAILLE foundation. So you guys will have to check out that video soon. It should be, I don't know if it'll be up before this one or after, but it'll be up. Miss Pat McGrath, it's the Belle of the Ball, and it's the actual palette, which is the start of the show. If you guys, again, I will, you know, if you want to check out my other video that I did with the first one, what's it called? The Mothership of something of water. I always forget. I can't remember. These names are always so long with these or whatever. So anyway, we're ready to dive into this palette. So this is what the palette looks like, just to show you guys. Again, I'm sure you've seen it. Again, I'm not going to go into full detail about it, but this is what it looks like in the inside. It looks really, really beautiful. It's a really beautiful palette. It's Pat McGrath, for God's sakes. I mean, can't go wrong with it. I am going to do some swatches real quick. So let me do a little bit here. So let's start with this light one. Let's take this one here. Ooh, that's beautiful. So pretty. And nothing surprises me. The formulas, I mean, to me, when you do a Pat McGrath shadow palette or any kind of a palette that she has, it's, how can you go wrong with it? It's just like, it's not, you're not going to get anything bad with it, typically. I mean, she does have like one or two hit or misses. I mean, I've heard, but yeah. Wow, this one's gorgeous. This one's like very coppery. Look how pretty that is. Totally different from the other one. I was hearing some people saying that they're very similar. I think they're different. This one is definitely more, this one's not as bright pink as it was in the other one. This is a really beautiful high metallic shade, and this one's very coppery. So yeah, we've got some warm undertones in this one. The other one was a little bit more cooler. So this is the plum, that's the plum shade, isn't that pretty? That one is called Forbidden Amour is what it's called. And then, you know, so let's say the middle shade, the green shade or the greenish shade, this is it. This is Daring Dandy. Is that what it's called? Daring Dandy. And that's what it looks like. It's really pretty. It's a little bit more, it's not as blue as the more, it's actually got more of a turquoise shift in it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's got almost got like a little bit of a turquoise shift to it. They're really beautiful. These are really pretty. And then of course the star of this one is the gold one. And the gold one is called Forever Charmed is what it's called. And it's really very greenish. I'll put it right here since she's like the star of this show right there so you guys can see that. See how pretty? That's kind of like almost like this, it's got like a yellow, green, kind of a very interesting. I don't know what we're going to do with this. I have no idea what we're going to be doing, but we're just going to be playing. So I'm just going to kind of go with it. Let's start with my BK Beauty in 207. Let's start with it. And let's start with this shade right here in the middle. We're going to start right there in it. And it's going to go in and take it in the crease. I'm just going to blend that out. Let's see how this primer works. Ooh, it's doing a pretty good job, I think. It's making it look really smooth. These shadows, I'm sure they're very smooth, so I can't imagine them being choppy or crepey or not doing a good job. But yeah, that's really pretty. Ooh, that is so pretty. I really like that. That is a beautiful, beautiful color. This one here is really beautiful. So let's see, let me do a little bit. So now let's take a little bit of the plum, and this is my Morphe 431. I actually had to go in and I just wanted to intensify it a little bit more. I'm gonna take a little bit of this plum shade and we're gonna deepen up that crease a little bit more here, just to give a little bit more umph there, just to see how deepen it up a little bit more. And it's a beautiful, it's kind of like a pretty matte plum with a little bit of brown to it, just to give it that little bit of umph there. So I'm just gonna do a little bit right there. Wow, that's beautiful. I love the way these are making my eyes color look. Making my eye color looks pretty. So before we go in with these, because I'm gonna do this one, I think, and I'm gonna do probably the copper one, and we're gonna do this one. I'm gonna skip the turquoise one because I feel it's not the same color, but I just feel like I want something a little different this go round. But we're gonna do some liner first. So I'm gonna take a little bit, so we have two of the Jaclyn liners. We have the smooth black brown and her new liner pencils. And then we also have the one that she used in the waterline, or she said it was in the waterline. This one is called Smooth Blackberry, and she said it looks really good in the waterline. So let me swatch these for you guys so you guys can see them. So this is the Smooth Blackberry. It's like it's a very deep, maroon color. Deep, almost a black maroon, black brown maroon. And then this is the black brown. And she said she created this because there's not a lot of companies that make a true black brown color, but that's the black brown right there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna, they're pencils, by the way, so they're sharpenable. It's really pretty. Now we'll cover up a little bit when we do the actual, when we press the sheens over the top of it, but I mean, that's really pretty. What do you guys think? It's a very pretty color. It's very, I mean, it is a really nice black brown. It went on really smooth. I mean, it's really nice. The way this is turning out, guys, it looks really pretty. Okay, very matte, guys. I will tell you, they're matte. They dry really quick, so you do have to work with them, but they are creamy enough to where they go on really nicely. So now let's take the blackberry and let's go in and line underneath. So we're gonna go in and line in our waterline, and then we're gonna go underneath the lash line. And we're gonna connect with that there. Ooh, that's pretty. This is a beautiful shade. Wow, this is pretty. Take a little bit here. Well, we just took this out to a whole new direction, guys. We started off one way and then we ended up another way. So, but what do you expect? Oh my God, I'm just so funny. But wow, that is gorgeous. That is really pretty. This is really pretty. Before we do any cleaning up, let's go ahead and do the let's pack some of these on. Instead of doing my finger, normally I do my finger with these because I feel like usually with patch you get better impact. And I didn't bring out my Intensify one. Usually I did that in the last video and I really like using that too. But let's just see what they do on their own. So we're gonna take the let's take the star of the show, this green one. And we're gonna just take it and I'm gonna, cause it's, most of these are little, they get a little flaky. So I'm gonna take it and put it right here. A little bit above the liner. Put it out. Ooh, that's gorgeous. With this pink and this, oh my God, it's really pretty together. Beautiful. I'm loving this shade. It's so pretty. So let me go back and just take my, I'm gonna blend back in a little bit. We're just gonna blend this into the crease a little bit of the copper. So I'm gonna take the copper one and just put it right here. Over that, kind of blend it into this green a little bit here. Wow, guys, this is a beautiful bronze color. Really beautiful bronzy color. We're gonna blend that right into the green so they look more uniform together. The green can get a little bit, it can get a little patchy if you're not careful. You gotta this is smoothing it out though. And it's making it look, when we're a little bit of fallout, but not bad. So what do you think? So this is the finished look. What do you think? Oh my God, it is so pretty. I didn't think it was gonna turn out this pretty. I'm like, wow, it is just so pretty. My eyes look so good. The skin looks really beautiful. Look how pretty the highlight with the palette and everything. Oh my God, it looks so good. And then the lip turned out to be really juicy. Cause there for a minute, I was kind of like, oh, I didn't know if I was feeling the lipstick or not. And then what I did was I went back over and I added a little bit more of the Jaclyn. I did a little bit of the Sweetheart. I did a little bit of that over top of it. And then I added a little bit of the Blue Astral Moonflower over top of it, the Pat McGrath over top of it. It just gave it exactly what it needed. It just a little to it. So with that said, guys, just to give you a really quick rundown of what do we think of the products, just to give you just a little my feedback on it. I will say that the eyelid primer is a yes. I really like the eyelid primer. It's very, very pretty. I think it works really well. It made the shadow stick really well. It made the pigment show up a lot better. It makes your lids feel very hydrated. I don't feel that it's too, like it's too matte or anything. I think it's really good. I think it's a really good eyelid primer, especially if you've got a little bit more of a mature eyelid and you want something a little bit more hydrating. I think you would really, really like it. You know, so for the blushes, of course, we love those. We love it. The highlight I'm getting a little used to, you know, but I did mix a little bit more of the berry one in with the peach towards the end just to give a little something, something. I do really, really like the powder. The powder is really good. It is very mature skin friendly to me personally. I think it works really good. I set it a couple times underneath my eyes and around, and it just did a really good job. It leaves a little bit of a glow. If you don't like glow in your powder though, you're not gonna like this. I definitely would skip it if you don't like a little bit of glow, but it did just give you a little inner radiance when you put it on, but it doesn't cake or anything. It looks really sweet. Really nice. I definitely recommend the light one if you're gonna, or the sheer fair one if you want more of a translucent powder. I would definitely go with this one so it doesn't really change the color of your foundation or make anything look wonky. It did a really, really good job. It did a really good job of, you know, setting up underneath my brows and what have you. It did a nice job doing that too. Before we started foundation, I really like the powder. The powder's nice, really nice light powder. The bronzer is gorgeous. The bronzer is just the Infallible L'Oreal. If you want a really good, smooth bronzer, but you don't want to do the Charlotte Tilbury because I know she's going to come out with the creams again. I'm not going to pick those up, by the way, probably. I'm going to skip that because I'm creamed out. I've got so many creams and I have so many bronzers and stuff right now. I just don't really need them. And they're not wowing me. I don't know why. And you know, I love Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just not really wowed lately with some of the collections. I just feel like they're just repeats, and I already have the big bronzer, and I never use it much. But I do love it, but I just don't use it much, so I don't really see a point in getting a cream too. But this is beautiful. This is a really beautiful bronzer. I would really recommend it. Again, I have this one in this shade tan, but you know, it's got definitely, there's 8 different shades. Definitely you people find your shade in it. It's smooth, it's rich, it's beautiful, it's buttery. It's a matte smooth, but it's not too matte to the point where it looks dry and cakey. It looks very smooth with a little bit of an inner radiance to it. Love this, is great. You know, the lipstick from Pat McGrath, the satin one, is nice. I will tell you, when I was working on doing some other stuff, I noticed that it was wanting to travel a little bit. It wasn't the lip liner, but it was the lipstick that wanted to travel a little bit. They do move around a little bit, so just be careful with it. I did notice that it was a little, once it dries down, because it does dry down, and if your lips are dry, it'll stink in. You know, but it does leave a little bit. It kind of wanted to go everywhere until I put the Jaclyn over top of it. It kind of wanted to move a little bit. This helped to keep it on a little bit better once it dried. You know, but it is really a beautiful lipstick. It is pretty. It's just kind of moved a little bit, but I do like the color, and I do like the way that the color was a little bit more opaque than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little more pigmented, but it actually was pretty opaque. You know, I love the Pat McGrath mascara. It's a really good mascara. If you guys have never tried it, it's awesome. The palette is absolutely stunning. Really beautiful, beautiful palette. I ended up going back with this shade here, and we did the inner corner, and I did it up underneath the brow, and I actually took right up under here a little bit. You know, I did a little bit by my lip. Actually, I kind of did use it like a little bit of a highlighter up above here. I did that too. And, you know, of course, we used everything. The only shade we did not use is this one. That's the only one I didn't use, and I'll use that again sometime soon with another look. But this was really beautiful. It's a little bit more dramatic than I was planning on going. I was planning on being a little more natural, but I was just having so much fun with the palette. I just love it. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so one fell on the floor. So the lip liner in Love, I really did love that color. It is a really beautiful color. I haven't got to try macaroon yet. We'll eventually try this soon, but I do love the actual Love. It is a really good color. The Sweetheart, you guys, you guys know how I feel about these. I really love these. They're really great. They stay on really well. Again, they're just more of a matte formula. They start off like a liquid and then they dry down, but to me, they don't dry down very drying or anything, but they are really beautiful. And I have this one in the shade Sweetheart, and it kind of made this color, it made it pop a little bit more because I was not feeling it with the look. I was like, God, what is going on? And I don't feel like it's getting, I want a little bit more pink. I wasn't getting enough. This just give it just that little bit more pink that I needed, and it just is a really beautiful color. So the liners, these liners are beautiful. They're really pretty. They do stay on really well. I have to tell you though, out of the 2 liners though, you guys have got to try this shade Smooth Blackberry. It is a gorgeous freaking color. I mean, this is just pretty. I ended up like adding more right through here and a little bit more through there. It just did really a beautiful job. And I took a little bit of this one and added a little bit of just, I have like a mole here, and then, you know, this is where I cut myself, but I naturally have a mole here. So I just made it, enhanced it, made it a little darker with the black brown, just to give a little something more. But it is a really good black brown color, and it does stay on really good. They don't move. Once you get them in there and you set it, especially if you put I put a little bit of the plum shade over top of it a little bit in the palette, it really sets it and makes it smooth, but it's beautiful. This blackberry is beautiful by itself. It's gorgeous. Though definitely, I like the bright brown, and it's good, and it did a good job, but this blackberry, wow, it is a beautiful shade on its own just to make them pop. But look how blue my eyes look. They just look so pretty and blue. I can't get over how everything just went together and just blended smoothly. It just looked, the skin looks gorgeous. Everything just looked beautiful together. And that just brings us to the last thing, and that is the spray. I like the spray. I was really shocked because I didn't think I was going to like this. I thought this is going to probably be one of the least bit products that I'm going to like, but I really like this spray. This spray is absolutely gorgeous. It smells really good. It feels really good on the skin. It doesn't feel tight. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel too oily. It doesn't feel greasy. It does leave a little bit of a tack. It does leave a little bit of a tack, but that's what makes it stick and stay. So it's just up to you. If you're in a store, because I know Ulta is they carry this too. Eventually, I know Ulta will carry it in store. If you're in store in Ulta and you want to just spray it or smell it to see, because it does have a very pepperminty, lavender type smell to it, and if you don't like smells in your sprays, or if you don't like lavender, or you don't like peppermint, or I think it's got like sea salt or something like that in it too, I don't think you're gonna like this. You won't like it, but I like it. I mean, especially being dry, I kind of like all those essential oils in it. I think it's nice. It feels like it's gonna stay, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna be dry. Like sometimes when you can spray those setting sprays, you can feel the alcohol really setting in, and this does have alcohol in it. Just to throw that out there, it is in there, but it just doesn't feel like some alcohols where it just feels like it's going to feel real tight and dry later, like you feel really tight. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels really nice. It feels very hydrated, and it's got a beautiful still a glow. Even though she said she wanted, a glowier spray, and her mom said she didn't want it that glowy, it's got a glow to it, just like a little bit like the powder. So I definitely recommend the spray. The spray's nice. So all in all, guys, I'm really happy with this look. This look turned out absolutely gorgeous. I just can't tell you guys how happy I am. So I hope you guys like the look. I know that it turned out to be a little more dramatic than it, and then of course, I added these Huda Beauty lashes. In Lana, I added those, and the lashes are definitely more dramatic. But I just felt with this look, I just had to go with some lashes. I just had to. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to stick around if you're new. If you want to subscribe, I would love that. I totally understand it if you don't, but we would love to have you as part of our family. And like I said earlier, it's like you are, this channel is much yours as mine. So please leave comments down below. Let me know if you got any of these things, if any of these things that you even cared to listen to or cared about. If you stuck around this long, I really do appreciate it. If you didn't like the video, then I don't know what to tell you. But we definitely turned out very glowy, and I feel HOEY, but I'm probably not gonna be HOEY. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Please be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall, love yourself. Remember to reach out and tell somebody that you love them today, because life is way too short. And remember to be kind to someone today, because a little kindness can go off a long way. And with that said, guys, thank you guys so much. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again in the next episode. Bye.